Already Tracy challenged the Killhouse stealth, no interrogation, reinforced locks, and no moving bodies. Now, forget everything else, it's no interrogation and we, can't interrogate people, which means that we kind of have to draw the vault, open, which isn't really great. But then afterwards there's no moving bodies, which is, I suppose, compared to that, a slight inconvenience. And then finally there's reinforced locks, which could also be an inconvenience, but that's really all there is to it, so we're just gonna wait over here for things to be... Well, I mean, we could move right now. And so far it's not going all that badly, which... I suppose it's an ideal property, it's just that it's not all that ideal right now, which... There's a camera over here, so we're just gonna quickly loop this as well, which... Rather simple solution. Not really all that fond of any guards that might be showing up right around now. Cyber, for some reason, is planning on getting that open, which might backfire really, really badly, but... We'll see what happens. And then we'll take you out. And then we'll take everyone else out, which, because, I mean, this is clearly how this is gonna go. And I suppose the overall hope is that we don't actually have a bunch of guards swarming in on us because we might have lured a camera, which presumably did not happen. And while if it does happen, then things are probably not going to be all that great, but right now Cyber's sorting things out over here, which is perfectly fine. It's just that we kind of have a mess to take care of, which is maybe slightly less fine, but that camera's looped over there, so as long as no one else shows up, I mean, even if someone does show up, there's not a camera down the corridor, which means that we probably aren't really gonna have any problems with them, so we're just gonna go through here. And then just see where they go, which... I mean, this is one simple solution, so we're just gonna bring you right over here. And then once you're over here, we're just gonna take you out over here. It's kind of exactly how this is going to work, which is perfectly fine, and it's just that presumably what Cyber's doing right now is actually, well, finding the power box we actually have to disable, which we might not actually know which one we're looking for, at least not yet, which isn't really all that great, but we'll just go through here. Hopefully we won't have any problems, and then we're just gonna get this scrambled open over here. And then we'll just leave this, bag up over there, because we don't really want to be carrying this, awfully heavy bag around with us when we don't really need to, which seems only slightly like a given, but hi there, two guards. That's not really all that great for... Well, I mean, this is, ever more tempting, but we'll start with you over there, and I guess Cyber's just going to take it immediately, and I mean, this is indeed a green box, which we're just going to verify that once again, because we are, most definitely going to be paranoid, because this is going to raise the alarms if it's not, which will be less than ideal, but... Welcome. That is the vault keycard, and that's not really what we care about, which... Presumably, Cyber's got it taken care of, which is indeed happening right around now, so we're just going to bring you through here. And thankfully that camera is indeed looped, because otherwise we will be shooting you right now, because that's not really the recipe for not getting caught. And now that we're done clearing everyone else, we're just going to start a drill over here, even though we probably don't really have to wait for all of that much. It's just that it's generally a good idea to do so, but now it's just a matter of waiting, because, it's an interrogation and there's not really much else that we can do. And I guess because it's reinforced locks, Cyber can indeed shut that door instead of, suffering through the pain of, having to lockpick it open and reinforced locks, but we'll get this open over here. We'll check for any cameras, and then we're just gonna carve a very nice route all the way back to spawn, because that's the kind of time save that we would want to eventually see. So we're just gonna get it sorted out over here. Go right through here, because, I guess we are kind of taking the exact same thing, so we're just gonna get this looped over here. Cyber carves up presumably another route right through there, which is generally ideal. So we're just gonna go right through here. That's going to be exactly the route that we're gonna take, and then afterwards it's just a matter of, waiting, because that really only took us 1 minute, and that's not really a lot of time spent on it. Which means that now we gotta wait over here for things to just start happening, which isn't really all that interesting. So we're just gonna walk around and just find any cameras to potentially loot, because that, might be important, and that's really the And Cyber has a bag of C4s, because of course that's going to happen. And of course, absolutely nothing bad is going to happen out of it, because that's clearly how this is going to work, which is evidently exactly what we want. So we're just going to loop these two cameras that will presumably not cause any problems unless Cyber accidentally blows the two of them up, because that's, I guess, something that's very much possible to happen right around now, which I guess we should be at minimum, well, slightly concerned about, but we'll go right through here. Hopefully we won't walk into a bunch of C4s. Let's just walk away from whatever that is over there. Those are not markers, and those are not really great for trying to stay alive. And I will most definitely not be taking that route, because that's exactly how we're going to end up dead, which, great. We'll just go what is exactly not that route later on, and then we'll just go in a straight line right through there, because that's presumably a lot more efficient than this mess over here, which, no, just, right then, we're just gonna pretend that these C4s have actually been indeed placed, so that we can actually control them, because we don't really want Cyber controlling them right now. It's not really a recipe for success at this current point in time, so we're just gonna go through here, get all of this sorted over here, and then after, make sure that we can at least minimally survive the ones that are right beside us, because that's kind of one of our main concerns right now. So generally the hope is that we don't blow up, because that's kind of exactly how this is meant to go. And then once this finally inevitably opens, we're gonna grab the bag and then we're just going to run, because that's also kind of how this would ideally go. So we'll just grab the bag over here, and then we'll just run right through here and hopefully not get blown up, because that's basically the best that we can hope for at this current point in time. And we're just gonna go the route that's not what Cyber carved out, which I guess in the grand scheme of things we don't really have a choice. So we're just gonna go over there, we're not gonna get blown up, and that's the daily challenge in just under 6 minutes and 50 seconds. Cheers everyone, have a great time!